Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Viewer question and Coach Rob request. So I had 2 reasons to do this video. It's a customization video. Stay tuned. Okay, so the viewer and Coach Rob asked for the same thing. They asked, this is a Pro Staff 97 regular. They have a Pro Staff 97. This is an LS, but an L will be about the same too. I have these. I got only one of these. I want to make this weight to this weight. So what do I do? Well, good question. Since both of you need this, I can share it with the world. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I got my balance board out. I'm going to take the LS first and do a little balancing act. It's like 33 to me, 330. Yep. And then I'm going to take the regular. 320. Guess where the weight's going. All right, we're at the scale. Let's go with the LS first. 307 here. .307. .303 on the swing weight. Take the regular. 325.5. $315. Okay, so here are my numbers. The 97 LS, 307 grams, 330 on the balance, 303 on the swing weight. 97 regular, 325.5, 320 on the balance, 315. So what I want to concentrate first on is the difference in total weight. So the difference of the regular versus the light is 18.5 grams. So I'm going to take some strips. I know that it's going to need a lot of lead in the handle, the part that's going to be under this grip. From what Coach Rob told me, the guy doesn't use an overgrip. So that's why this is a replacement grip on here. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to put 4 half-inch strips of lead on the big bevels. 4 major bevels, 4 strips of lead, half-inch, 12 grams. All right. So from what Coach Rob told me, this person doesn't use an overgrip. So this replacement grip is going to get replaced. So my advice to him is let me tape this down, the lead down, because when you take this grip off, he's going to be ripping out the lead too. So how I do that is I take what I have. So what I have is finishing tape, and I'm just going to tape it down. So, and basically I'm just going to do the whole thing here. Because I do this to my own too when I add lead, just so that it doesn't lift off when I I know I'm making the grip a hair smidge thicker, but there's kind of no other way to do this unless I inject a ton of silicone in there into that butt. But I don't really want to do that. I don't want all the weight at the bottom for at least my own. So this is one way of distributing the weight a little more evenly throughout the racket. It doesn't need to be perfect. No one's going to see it. So right at the end here, I just make sure that I finish up. Okay. So as you can see, except for right here, that's okay, right? We're nice and tight. I used up the finishing tape there. The finishing tape is just like electrical tape. If you want to buy some electrical tape, that's even thicker. Thicker meaning wider, I mean. And you can use that with a lot less going around the racket. And that finishing tape also added more weight, which is kind of what I need still. So where are we at right now? Let's take a look. Got the food scale out. 323. We're not far off. 2.5 grams off. Now, where am I going to put the 2.5 grams? Let's check the balance now of the newly done one. I'm kind of right where I need to be here. So I want to be exactly right here because this matches already 320. So I need to add 2.5 more grams to this. I'm thinking about putting it right here underneath the cap and then probably right at 12 o'clock just to keep this balance. So food scale again. Get my lead again. I don't need much. Too bad this doesn't weigh much. Roughly, that's about what I need. Okay. So I have 2 strips here. I'm going to put this strip here and this strip here just to balance it out. All right, guys. So this is what I did. I took about 4 grommet holes of each side. Well, 8 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 8, and then put it right there on both sides. So I split a 1/2 inch strip of lead tape. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do, I need that same amount in here now. So the 2 farthest points of the racket, so it needs to go in here. I can dig out the silicone. I could dig out this and then shove silicone in there. But I mean, most people don't really want to get dirty and waste money on silicone. But you guys have this. I just folded it backwards so that both sides are sticky. They're sticky. I'm just going to jam it right in the middle there so it's sticky. So it sticks. I'm going to push down. Take the cap. Jam it right back in there. That should hold. That should hold. If there's any rattling in there, just put a piece of like a cotton ball in there and then shove the cap back in. That'll keep it from rattling. Okay? But that should do it right there. Let's see if I can get my numbers. Okay. Wait. I'll take that. 326. $320. So I got basically 2 pieces of the puzzle already. Now the swing weight can't be controlled. I'm looking at the numbers. I need to get to 315. We'll have to check it over there at the scale. But it looks like my job technically is done, right? Because for most people, this is all they need. But let's go check it over there anyways. I just put the thing on. I have the weight I need here, 325.5. So I'm already at the weight. Let's check. Let's check the swing weight. Yeah, 308. This would need some major customization if you actually want it at 317. It would take a ton of work. Okay, so final numbers are here. I got it to actually 325.5 just by jerry-rigging some things around. So 325.5 I got here. 320 I got. So these 2 numbers are actually pretty easy to get. That number to make that number way more difficult. If you have to have this number, there's actually a lot more work we have to do. If we could do it. Like you would have to find and put lead, right? You have to find where the middle of the racket is, kind of a thing. And then make sure you're actually kind of tricking the system by adding lead on the other side and kind of making sure that the swing weight, right, is going to be higher. So probably put a lot of lead here and then some in the middle here and then some back here. See, it's a fine line. You got to rebalance it, but add more weight to the head, but you need it in the handle. So, I mean, I've done it before. It takes 4 to 6 hours of just tinkering with it. But for most people out there, this is as good as it gets. It still took me about 40 minutes to kind of figure it out. But it's better than 5 hours. So I'm going to get my man, Coach Rob, here because he's the Wilson guy. And I'm going to have him do a blind test to see if we can tell the difference. Oh, look, Coach Rob is here. So, Coach Rob, close your eyes, and I'm going to hand you that one. We're only going to mess with the right hand because you're right-handed. Got a good judge of that?
Yep.
Okay, here's the other. You can be perfectly honest with me. We've been friends for a long time.
This one feels a tad bit heavier, but I'm not.
A tad bit heavier where?
Let's see the other one.
Here's the other one.
Now that might be a tad. The other one might be a tad bit heavier in the head.
Here's that again, right here.
This one feels maybe a tad bit heavier in the head.
Okay.
But
final feel.
I would have to say it's really close. Yeah, I would say they're really pretty darn even. If I had to guess, this would be the 97 regular.
Last feel then.
I would say this was the 97 LS.
Okay. So he said this is a 97 LS and this is a 97 regular. Coach Rob is wrong.
No! No!
So the 97, you said the LS. That's the LS. That's not the LS.
Right.
This is the modified LS.
They're really close.
See, so if you guys out there, if you feel like Coach Rob does, I added up here basically for the benefit of the swing weight. because I needed it at the farthest point to add more swing weight with such little lead by not adding so much lead to the whole racket. I could have definitely just put it here and here, but then the swing weight would be a lower number by a little bit. So that's why I did that. So I put lead here and then I put lead down here just to counter it off, to add more weight into that head. Because, let me explain it to Coach Rob, because the regular one is 305. When I first got that 97, it was 303, right? So I'm trying to get to this without damaging or messing up these numbers. All right, so to make these two numbers and include that third swing weight in there is extremely difficult. Like I said, I would have to take a lot of time, if it's even possible. Some are not possible, just because of the way it was casted. Sometimes you can't do it. So this one, I would say, Coach Rob, since Coach Rob, it's hard for him to tell the difference. I think just these two numbers without this one would be good enough for most people.
Yep.
Okay.
I agree.
Yep.
Totally.
Okay. So for you viewers out there, and I know there is a viewer out there that requested this video, just do exactly what I did. Exactly what I did. You need the lead, you need the finishing tape or electrical tape. Do exact same measurements as I did. I've already have a guide map for you. Just do it that way and you will get what you want. Okay? Coach Rob couldn't tell the difference. He's pretty sensitive. He's a Wilson guy. Okay? Thank you, Coach Rob, for having me do this exercise. You kind of pushed me to do it since I really kind of didn't want to do it. But,
thank you, Harry, I should say. Thank you.
So, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.